if I'm Geep Chryst and I don't have a lot of experience and I've been standing next to Harbaugh on the sidelines and they say, hey, you want to be the offensive coordinator instead of being the guy that whispers, that holds the clipboard and passes it to the third string quarterback? Yeah, I'd say, yeah, I'll take that bump up in the pay too. What's the worst that can happen if we have a losing season? I can blame it on the offensive line.
The play calling, it's ridiculous, and I think this season has shown, no one expected us to go to the Super Bowl, but watching those third down plays are kind of, it's like, what are you thinking? At least dial something up. I mean, I would like to look up the stats and see what our guys are getting yards after the catch, because I don't see it happening, because it's like, boom, catch the ball, they're down. You gotta work with it. You gotta adapt to the game flow.
Are you listening?
Here we are, the end of a second disastrous hot mess season again. A little difference this year, though. At least this year, a little better in the draft. No playoffs, but a little better in the draft. I'm kind of excited about that, as disgusting as it is. But we could use some more talent. So that I'm looking forward to. Now, the thing is, there's more funny things going on social media right now. People are getting really weird because it's that time of year where, it's just bad. Read something where a guy says, bring Greg Roman back. Bring Greg Roman back? This time last year, we were living with Greg Roman. In fact, there had to be some concerns for his family's safety. I'm surprised they didn't even send him to a safe house or something last year about this same time. I mean, everybody was living with Greg Roman. We blamed every last thing that was wrong with the offense on Greg Roman. And now, bring Greg Roman back. Bring anybody back but Greg Roman. I understand the comparison between him and Geep Chryst, but Greg Roman back? No. Let's move on from that too. Oh, and if you see me on social media, don't ask me if I have Chip Kelly on my wish list. No, no. Am I the only one who sees that there's something medically wrong with Chip Kelly? He's like, hey, what would he do for the 49ers besides destroy the team even further? He's already destroyed one team. Why would you want him in San Francisco? I just don't get that line of thinking. If you want to talk about a coach, though, Mike Holmgren. I like that idea. We'll talk about that with you all day. He brings a winning pedigree to the 49ers. He's been there before. He knows what it takes to get to the Super Bowl. Now we're talking. And you know what's really funny about Mike? What I don't get, and something I saw online the other day that it makes sense to me. He started campaigning to come back for the 49ers. Well, he did last year anyway. A lot of teams wanted him. But why did Mike start this just a few days ago with Black Monday coming up really soon? There's going to be a lot of coaches out of a job on Monday. There's Mike Holmgren pushing for the 49er job. Now, here's what's weird about that. Now you've got Jed York being put into a very precarious situation because everybody knows we need another offensive coordinator. He's going to let somebody like Mike Holmgren, he's got to go public with at least making an offer to bring on Holmgren as an OC, if nothing else, an OC. So what is Jed going to do? Who knows? But that is going to be interesting. Just a few days away, Black Monday, and then what is York going to do? Because Jimmy T, he's going around telling everybody, until somebody tells me otherwise, I'm coaching the 49ers next year. I don't know, Jimmy. I don't know. We'll see about that in a few days, but I'm telling you right now, it's been a rough season, and it's going to end right now. And Geep Chryst, as I say, has got to go. Geep, the other day in that game, right? For the first time all season long, he orchestrates a very nice drive to a touchdown. Nice mix of run, pass, gets us all the way down to the red zone. Gabbert pops it right into the end zone. I said, see, that looks good. Geep must have got the message. We're running an offense that makes sense. Yeah. Get into the halftime. We're doing all right. Geep falls back into Geep Chryst football. Why?
Ronbo! This season was fun to be put out of its misery.
Yeah.
Being a Niner fan this season was like being in a dentist office for a whole day. Nothing but pain. Hey, I know one thing, Ronbo. With as many teams that sock in the NFL this season. I know damn well we'll be back next season. Even if we just get a little bit better.
Agreed.
Can't wait to see what changes are made in the offseason. Hey, when you gonna start talking about the draft, man?
Soon, little bro, soon. Not yet, too soon.
Cool.
Too soon. Yeah.
Hey, Happy New Year, Ronbo.
Thanks.
Hey, and to you, Niner fam. I'm just checking in with you on this final week. I'm out of here, bro.
All right. Love that little guy. Hey, listen. I want to talk coaches. Let's get to the Niner Cam. Fam, I'm still in search of answers. I'm going to the Garden State of New Jersey with my boy Warren. Just hanging out. Warren, what was you just telling me about walking around wearing your 49er colors and all that?
Yeah, I got to wear my colors regardless, win or lose. That's my team. I go to the barber shop, and the 4 barbers in there, I got a Patriots fan, a Raider fan, and a Giant fan, and a Tennessee Titan fan.
Man, that should not happen to any 49er fan. Warren, are they always there every time you go into the shop?
Oh, yeah, every time.
Man.
But there comes a point where we get into a discussion, and then the guy that's the Tennessee Titan fan tries to intercede, and I say, excuse me, sir, this is only for Super Bowl. If you haven't won a Super Bowl ever, you cannot be in this conversation. So at least shut him down, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I get him.
And he has no future. They'll have 3 more years of rebuilding at the minimum.
Yes, absolutely.
Warren, you know what the amazing thing about you is? Last year I asked you, why were you a 49er fan living out in New Jersey with the Giants there and also the Jets? And you always give these incredibly cool answers, but you need to ask. That was something what you said last year. Then, I think we ended our conversation with, Warren, do you think we will be in the playoffs?
Next year?
See that, Warren? See, man, you are the guru, man. You know, I'm gonna start asking you about a lot of things. I bet you know more than just football, man. Because everybody else was saying, they ain't gonna be beating us, man. We got ball players coming back from years, man. They've been training, sitting back in incubation. They're ready to be cut loose. We're gonna kick some booty. And every last analyst, Warren, they were all right. We're coming in last in the division, just like they said we would. And our record is pretty much as they predicted as well. Warren, but just to hit upon that though, how did you know?
Well, you know, I'm a 49er fan, but I'm also a football fan. I think it's good to be a football fan first. And optimism is one thing, but foolhardiness is something else. So I just, with all of the quick changing of coaches just to get some out and some in, and Tomsula's inexperience, and a lot of the only coach that we had to stay over with us was Tom Rathman. I felt like we were going to be in trouble. I really did. I just didn't. In the offensive line, the whole offensive line thing from beginning of training, of the off season up to now, it's been awful. It hasn't gotten better.
And you call that exactly right. And you know, there's some changes probably going to come on now because they have to. The organization's under extreme pressure. But you know what? You're talking about coaches, and I want to talk about Geep Chryst because we had that game. We were competing the other day against the Lions. Geep had a perfect mix of run and throw. Everything was right. All of a sudden, he decided to go completely away from what was working. Help me understand Geep Chryst, and why does he need to continue to be our coach in San Francisco?
Well, I think that he was trying to change up because, you know, you go into the half, teams going and say, okay, this is what they're doing, this is what they're doing. So when we're going to go out, we're going to stop this game plan of what they've been doing to us. And he's trying to do Chris, I would imagine, trying to do his best Belichick and just change the entire thing on him to just completely fool the defensive, coordinator of the Lions. But instead, he played himself and he played us, and we just didn't get anything done. I mean, I think if it's not broke, don't fix it. Go ahead and continue to do it. And once they stop it, then change different things here and there. You know what I mean? Chris, I think it just he kind of was patting himself on the back a little too early.
Warren, do you remember hearing reports about Geep Chryst? I should ask you about this last year, too. Geep Chryst I'm the optimist. I'm forever the optimist. And as soon as I heard Geep Chryst's name being mentioned as being our OC, I first got a chill feeling, sort of like a lump in my throat. And I gave him the benefit of a doubt because he hasn't done anything in years. And maybe, Warren, just maybe the man has learned something down through the years. He's had enough experience. He was around Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh knows how to win. You would think that some of that would have rubbed off on him and he'd be a coach that we could depend on.
Right.
Was that a foolish notion?
Yes, I think it was a foolish. I think it was a foolish notion, but I also think, like I said earlier, about them rushing coaches in to replace the ones that ran out. I think they did it too quickly without thinking. I think they were trying to act as if. I think the front office was trying to act as if they knew what they were doing. They had a plan in place, and we got someone to replace this one, and they really didn't. They just took who they knew would kind of stick around. You know, if I'm Geep Chryst and I don't have a lot of experience, and I've been standing next to Harbaugh on the sidelines, and they say, "Hey, you want to be the offensive coordinator instead of being the guy that whispers, that holds the clipboard and passes it to the third string quarterback?" Yeah, I'd say, yeah, I'll take that bump up in the pay too. You know, what's the worst that could happen? If we have a losing season, I can blame it on the offensive line. You know, So yeah, I think that's what happened. I mean, heck, but shoot. Batman had Robin. Robin was standing next to Batman for years too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And Robin was just plain old Robin, okay?
and it's funny you mentioned that because you know what? Geep has gone off on the little boy end because he was throwing dudes under the bus in his last press conference last week, blaming everybody for not doing as they was told. Warren, let me ask you a question. We got the last game coming up in the season. We are about to make history again by losing to every last team in the NFC West. Is it possible, Warren, that we can avoid that kind of embarrassment? Because we got a long offseason coming against us with them people down at the barbershop and everybody like them. Are we going to win that game?
I would love to tell you. I would love to tell you yes, but I'm going to tell you that I want to say no, but I don't want to say it so quick because there's a little hope. I'm going to tell you why. The Rams beat Seattle. They're all up in arms. Ooh, look at what we did. We beat Seattle. In Seattle, that's big. That's really big. So they're really, really feeling themselves. They're going to come into San Fran thinking they're just going to walk all over us. But what they need to do, put on our black and red and let that whole stadium be black and red. Let them walk into the darkness. And we come in there with the same type of game plan we had against in the first half against the Lions, and we come and we crush them. Our defense stopped them. Todd Gurley is no more. He gets nothing. He gets 17 yards. I'm telling you, we can do it. We can do it. I don't know if it's going to be done, but we can do it. We can do it. We can't let that happen. We can't let it happen.
I believe you, man. You know what? I wish they would let them put those black, because automatically we play better football when we're at home anyway. You put the black uniforms on, and the 49ers actually take it up another level.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
But they've already...
We only were scheduled to play the two games like that, against Arizona and then the first game against Minnesota. I don't understand that.
And both games were magnificent. I mean, we held the highest scoring offense in the league to but 20 points. And you know, the way they beat up on the Packers yesterday, which was kind of funny, but the way they scored points on them, and we held them down, and we beat the Vikings. Both teams are on the way to the playoffs. Both of them look strong. So the 49ers aren't a bad team. They're just not ran properly. Warren, you got to shout your way out of here. You know that, don't you? Give me the holla, babe. 3, 2, 1.
Niners!
He still got it. My boy Patrick's here to put some light on this lovely, lovely day that it would be if we could just win. Patrick, man, how you doing, bro?
Doing pretty good out here in Texas. The weather's kind of crazy right now, but
yeah, you guys,
it's all good.
Snow, ice yet, or is it? What is it like?
It was snowing a little bit here, but about 2 hours north, there were some tornadoes and stuff. I heard people were getting blown away and stuff. It's crazy.
Man, careful out there, bro. Hey, Patrick, you know what? This is like, we're going back. Like Patrick and I talked way back before the season started. We were optimistic, and we said 49ers are being underestimated. We're coming in rolling, baby. If anything, we got a chip on our shoulder from losing all them players. Don't start on us about we can't win no games. Patrick, what were we thinking?
Faithful. That's all I gotta say, It's been a mess.
Patrick, in the game yesterday, or the day before, here's the thing. We had an offensive roll going in the first half. We had everything going. We had the offense was moving. We had the run game was kicking off with Juwan Harris is just frightening. I don't understand where he came from, but the boy had it going on. 75 yards. And the passing game, Blaine Gabbert was looking good, hitting people with precision passes, making all the right choices. We scored a touchdown, the first one we've scored in the first quarter all season long. And Geep says, enough success, stop it. Patrick, what possessed him to stop doing what he was doing?
I honestly have no idea watching these games, and the play calling has baffled me all season. With we'll come up on third down plays, and the passes we throw to receivers aren't even beyond the first down markers. 9 times out of 10, we're having the success hitting our tight ends in the middle the whole game, or the first half. Where did that go? It stopped. The run game just kind of died out. Like it seemed like we gave up, and it showed on the players. It seemed like their frustrations kind of came from those plays, because it's like, I understand, Gabbert, I love the fact he didn't throw no picks. He's playing it, he's throwing some decent balls, but at the same time, you got to throw beyond that first down marker. You can't be on a third down play, throw a pass underneath 4 yards short and expect, these receivers to always make up those yards. You gotta give them the shot to get the first down, and I think the play calling shows. You can say, yeah, Gabbert's hitting these passes, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, but it's like how many our first downs we're falling short, and then we're just getting blown out, puts more pressure on the defense. So the offensive play calling all season long, doesn't matter who you have at quarterback, it just, the interceptions with Kaepernick, the no interception was Gabbert, we're still not winning games, we're still not getting first downs, and it's killing the team.
That's a good point. No interceptions versus interceptions. Patrick, here's my thing though. Do you think if you had a better route running receiver, let's say one that consistently knows where the markers are and runs beyond them, Gabbert, I'm assuming what Geep is thinking, and I'm trying to think stupid like Geep does, if I have my receivers run underneath the coverage, hopefully they can make a play, because they're not going to give us anything beyond the markers. I'm thinking, like Geep's liable to be thinking, if Gabbert can just deliver that ball to where that receiver is, then let him make the gains. This is the kind of mentality I think we're dealing with in San Francisco right now. Has Geep's time come? And if you're going to get rid of Geep, what are you going to do? You're going to get another OC from where?
That's what I was thinking with Harbaugh. It's like it seems like no one really wants to touch this team. I don't know where we're going to get another offensive coordinator, and it would just be another shakeup, another off season where we're losing guys, and guys are going to have to come from here and there. But the play calling, it's ridiculous, and I think this season has shown. No one expected us to go to the Super Bowl, but watching those third down plays are kind of, it's like, what are you thinking? At least dial something up. I mean, I would like to look up the stats and see what our guys are getting yards after the catch, because I don't see it happening, because it's like, boom, catch the ball, they're down. You gotta work with it. You gotta adapt to the game flow if you're trying to win games, and it just seems like you got to take shots. If you're down, you're down. You don't have much to lose, and it's just killing me. I would just like to see someone come through that's making the right plays. You could say what you want about the players performing, but like I said, you see how these plays are dialed up, and I don't think Gabbert ain't calling the plays. You know where they're coming from, so you got to give them the opportunity to make the play, and those aren't our guys right now.
You know what though? You also bring up another good point. We've got disciplinary issues on San Francisco 49ers right now. We got flags that should not be thrown every game. We've got an average of double digits. Is Jimmy T, is he too nice of a guy? Have the players lost respect for him? What are they doing out there? Because you can't mess up every game the same way consistently and tell me we got discipline on this team.
I'm just honestly not sure if that respect was absolutely there to begin with, and the talk was there about Harbaugh being hard on the players and people not liking that, but at the same time, then you see the other spectrum of it. Nice guy sticking up for the players and all that, but sometimes you got to get fired up. You got to say something. You got all these young guys, these new players filling holes that were left by veterans, and giving teams 65, 95 yards and penalties every other game. It's what's that do for the defense? What's that do for the offense? It's kind of ridiculous. That's even one of the issues. You can be bad all by yourself. You don't need to make it worse. And I think what we're seeing is just a combination of the coach being a little bit soft and just the players' frustrations, new guys not knowing, Hey, you could see the frustration on all our veterans out there. You can see Bolden, how he feels about it. You can see it on their faces. This ain't them. This is just pure frustration and lack of discipline, I think. Coming from the coach, comes from the top to the bottom.
But you know what's really funny about that? Because Geep has not had any problem throwing players under the bus. McConaughey, the special teams coach, he calls out, they name names as well. So, there's going to be some real, like everybody said, they'll be given a second shot with this team next year. They came into a very difficult situation. They're going to be given another chance. You know what, though? Do we have a chance? I mean, a ghost of a chance to beat the Rams after watching them beat the Hawks down yesterday. I was sitting in front of the TV watching that game. I was like halfway, oh my God, that's good stuff. I'm laughing. I was like, these dudes are coming to see us next week. Patrick, what's going to happen to us, man? Are we doomed to a 4-12 record?
I was looking at the box score from our previous meeting with the Rams, and what did we get? 2 field goals? So I'm going to go ahead and say, as Reverend Bullwinkle would say, Bishop Bullwinkle, hell no, I don't think it's happening. I think we're going to ride off in the next season and hope for the best, I
ain't even going to ask you what the score is going to be, because there's no point, man. You know what? This is going to be those few times where I say, man, Niner fam, I tell you what, it doesn't look good. Because the way they beat up on the Hawks yesterday with ease and in Seattle, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, Jeff Fisher's got a pretty good number on the NFC West, so I don't see it looking. I'm always optimistic, faithful. I want to see that win. I want to see everyone finish strong, but on paper, if I was betting, I would say the game's probably going to be another L for us, and that's how our season's probably going to end.
Well, have you seen the point spread yet? I haven't seen that yet.
Nah.
You know what? I'm going to predict, this is one prediction that we normally don't do. The gap is going to be at least 6. 49ers under. Here we
at least the season's over,
Yeah. Give me a hollow on out of here, man. And like you still care.
Oh, I'm always going to care. Always. Next season, Ronbo.
He's still a faithful. He is still a faithful. Thank you, Warren and Patrick, man. Thanks for joining me today, guys. And I agree with just about every last thing you said. Okay, I'm not about to change my stripes. I don't care about that Rams, the big bad Rams coming into town. I still say we will win the game. People are giving me a lot of flack about that. Hey, we're at home, fam. We play our best defense at home. We had one fluke game against the Bengals, all right? Otherwise, we play great defense at home. And check it, I got X factors involved in this game. Because number one, these guys are still playing for a job for next season. They've got to be impressive. This is not gonna be horsing around out there. These guys are gonna be busting ass. So my X factors in this game, Gabbert, who wants that job as quarterback, of course, McDonald and Anquan Bolden. Look for them to hold an offensive clinic in this game. You know what I'm playing? Listen, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will go as far as to say a 2-point win. I'm not going to give you a score on the other side because I have no idea if it's going to be high scoring, low scoring, but I do say the 49ers will win this game by 2 points. Yeah, I'm serious. Which afterward, we shall be celebrated on the online celebration that we do each and every time after each and every game, the online celebration. You're invited, and this is your invitation. It's real easy, real easy. If you've never done it before, please do not run away from this. I'd love to see it. The instructions will be on Facebook, Ronbo Sports fan page. Real easy, the instructions will be there a day in advance so you can soak them all up and get in there. Links, everything you need will be right there. And with that said, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on Sunday.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have me.
Oh, this is crazy, mother.